moved from Accra to Kumasi with my dad, it was one of the schools that many people wanted to attend. It was one of the biggest schools in Kumasi. Interestingly, sadly, unfortunately, it went under, but it's seen some life now. Tell us about the school.
So the Nhyiaeso MP, Dr. Stephen Amoah, has constructed a 33-unit classroom
Reconstructed block. Or constructed?
Well, it says constructed here.
Oh, okay.
A 33-unit classroom block to augment teaching and learning at the State Experimental School right here in Kumasi. And why did he do this? Well, it's a response to a Joy News feature story, which was aired right here 2 years ago, which highlighted the dilapidated school and and the facilities around the school. So Dr. Stephen Amoah indicated that it was this story. So let me quote him. He says, "The story which focused on the challenges in the school. I was mentioned in the story, and it did put pressure on us."
Talk about pressure. I mean,
okay, he's on.
He's on the phone lines. And listen, if you join us on our Facebook page right now on Love in the Morning, you get to see this beautiful 38 unit block that has been put up, for that constituency, the Nhyiaeso constituency. Very, very beautiful structure. And it's on our Facebook page on Love in the Morning. Dr. Stephen Amoah is the MP for that constituency. And he joins us on the phone lines right now. Dr. Stephen Amoah, a.k.a. Sticker, good morning.
Good morning, baby.
And how are you doing?
Oh, by the grace of God, I'm very well.
So Leo was trying to give us some information as to what pushed you to whether to construct or reconstruct this State Experimental School. Tell us a bit more about what drove you to make sure that they have a new building.
Please come again.
I'm saying that we know that yes, you commissioned the new classroom blocks, the 38 unit classroom block. For Nhyiaeso International. I want to know from you what drove you to make sure that they have this new edifice.
Okay, thank you very much. My regards to our listeners this very morning. Before I even explain that, I think I need to precede that with a big thank you to Love FM, and then Multimedia Joy, everyone, including all of you, investors. Thank you so much, because what you've seen today as a result of the work you guys started. Although it started as criticism, it has yielded a very positive resource for now and for tomorrow. What happened was, I was once outside Ghana, and I had a call from my constituency that I was being chastised as a member of parliament that the State Experimental School was so much dilapidated in terms of structures, and the deterioration was getting very bad. So what I said to myself then was, if you're MP, any infrastructural issues they put on you, and we know that our core functions do not actually include that. But then, this is the order of the day. And as part of my entrenched position on getting education in our constituency, well.
Hello, Stephen.
Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. There was a bit of a break, but now we can hear you.
Yes. I prioritized that. So I started working for SA, going to get funds, talking to people, and I'm like, okay, we have this project. And then one side that people do not know, that the contractor did not know that, we didn't have enough money from Get Fund even at that time. So I had to personally and privately work on getting funds to support the contractor to get the thing done. And as a result, we even started working on it to a very high level before even Get Funds started getting money to reimburse even the contractor. So we were able to renovate about 90% of the entire structure, including their kitchen.
Okay.
You can go and see how the kitchen is. And the structure you have there, in fact, it's a brand new structure from scratch.
Okay.
Foundational level, brand new. It's taking over 1,200 school children, because each of them minimum will take about 40. If it takes 50, then see the numbers running over 1,500. And you see how the school is being changed. Now we are going to do a science lab. We are going to do a very modern library also for them, and the computer lab for the school children. But the summary of the story is that I think I've learned a great lesson that sometimes all the things you people say, we get upset. Sometimes, of course, we think the information is misdirected. But whether it is or not, I don't think any media man is interested in destroying Ghana. My colleagues should take this position and make sure that even if you are criticized negatively, do something to tell the story. And now this story will be there forever.
I'm happy that you've said what you just said, because I remember when the last time you joined me in our studios here, we nearly had a banter. But based on what you're saying...
me, I always have, not only you.
But tell me...
sorry, Edward, one thing too is that sometimes I think your people, not only your people, the Ghanaian media practitioners, they should get deeper into issues before they come out. That's my worry. David, you see, I will send you the things I've done. We are working. If you see, you'll be shocked that can any MP within 4 years with his money and common fund.
Don't worry. So let's focus on this very one. Don't worry. We'll make some time and talk about things you've done in the constituency. But tell us a bit about how you were able to fund this one. Before the Get Fund came in, how were you able to raise funding for this project?
No, the Get Fund actually gave the contract to the contractor.
Okay.
So it was like after pushing, they started it.
Okay.
But the contractor had a lot of monies to be paid by the government. You know, we've gone through a lot of issues, especially post-COVID, contractors not being paid and stuff like that. So what happened is I started mobilizing funds and make sure that the contractor can get enough money to go on site, and then I started with the contractor.
I see.
Together.
How much did this cost us?
I have to, because the financing, I don't know, but it will be up to about 8 million.
8 million Ghana cedis.
8 million. But it was built beyond that, because when they were giving the contract, cement was around 30. Cement was around 54. But when we went on site and started working, it had gone to about 104. Remember, cement prices jumped. We woke up one day and had jumped over 100%. So, in fact, the money that even went to the construction, honestly, it was not even, it wasn't, you cannot actually take what you put in from what you were paid and even make profit. That was the bad side of it, honestly speaking.
Okay.
Yeah, but the contract sum was around 8 million.
Tell me this. So, what plans do we have in place to ensure that we don't run it down, that the maintenance culture will be adhered to?
Honestly speaking, it's one of the important areas you've raised. I think I'll leave it now for the PTA and the school, because honestly speaking, the operations of the place will be difficult for me to get involved and make sure that that is done. I mean, that one. But once I'm still a member of parliament and I live in the constituency, and I have a very close relationship with the students, so I normally go there, talk to them, talk to the teachers. You know the way I am. We all contribute to that, but that's a challenge that we are going to go through, because this infrastructure, if we're able to maintain it, we'll be there for ages. All right.
My final
question.
That's
what we're going to do.
My final question to you is: you're still MP for the area that is the Nhyiaeso constituency. The rains are here. What plans do you have for that constituency to ensure that lives are not lost, property are not destroyed, and stuff like that with the rains coming?
Basically, it's about drainage, and then surprisingly, the guy who I have put in place or in charge of what you are raising is even in my house this very morning. If we had been doing video call, I would have brought him. He's called Kukofu. Everybody knows him. He's liaising with KMA in my office. And even yesterday, the KMA boss made me list the areas where we have spots. When it comes to your questions, we have Santasi New Site, we have Sokobine area, we have Tasamaso, and all those areas that we have issues with flooding. We've listed, we've done our budget. I have some money there. In fact, when it comes to my common fund and GEFA for these things, I don't do them directly. I've set development committees, sanitation and all those. So they are in charge. And the KMA boss is really helping, honestly. He's so helping. Now they say they will move from Krofrom area there. The town at Krofrom. They will move from there quick and they come to Nhyiaeso.
So the assurance you can give the constituency there, or the constituents, is that with the rains coming, they're going to be fine. They're going to be safe.
by the grace of God, we'll do our best. Natural disaster, no one knows. But honestly, we've started working on that, and quickly we're going to make sure that the drainage systems, the silting, and all those measures are put in place. And then KMA is also really collaborating with my team.
Dr. Stephen Amoah, thanks very much for your time, and Ayuko to you.
It's a big pleasure. Thank you so much for what you've done for Ghana.
All right, and you know what, like the saying goes, radio gets results.
Listening to the radio, driving in your car. Radio gets results. Radio is there no matter where you are. Radio gets results. When you need to get your message through, people really do listen to you. Coming through loud and clear, no matter what you're telling, everyone will hear. Radio gets results. Radio gets results. Radio gets results. Radio gets results.
All right, so